Marketers, we always want new customers. New customers, new customers. And in fact, we've spent the bulk of our marketing lives thinking about how to reach that next new customer. Engagement marketing builds on the very simple idea that the best way to reach your next customer is actually to engage the people you already know. Because your current customers' networks, social and personal, are filled with your very best prospects. Why? Because your customers' network is filled with people like them. So if you can get them to engage with you in ways that are visible to their network, that's incredible endorsement and credibility. Engagement metrics. What are the metrics you watch directly or you watch on behalf of your clients?
The first metric for us that I think matters, if you go from a scale of like, hey, this looks and smells good and everybody wants it, to a scale of like, are they going to repeat buy? Does it actually matter? The early part of the scale is how much sort of reach do you create? So for every advocate we engage, you're likely to create 130 conversations over the course of about 8 weeks. Okay, those are tracked actual conversations. Could be offline, could be online.
And what's the conversion of, let's say, audience to advocate?
So, well, for us, we refine audience. Before you ever come in, we know that you're likely to be an advocate. We'll get about 90% what we consider active behavior, meaning you're going to go out and actually take an action to communicate with somebody else. If we go into a company that's new, it takes many years to sort of refine the audience, comb the audience, figure out who those true advocates are.
But specifically, I think companies need to focus on effectiveness. So again, when I hear that 9 out of 10 sales calls, so like the number of visits that you have to have with a client in order or with the prospect before they become a client, I think that's a metric that you have to look at. But I also think you need to look at velocity. Speed's how fast do they get from point A to point B, but velocity is how long do they live at each stage. And so I think that's the most important metric when you look at that. And then I also think you need to look at, when you're looking at from click to close, measuring the velocity all the way throughout, all the way to when you get closed one new business.
And so for us, the two buckets of metrics that we look at, one would be just around sort of the strength of the brand in our consumer business, because without that, we won't have a business model. And it's a very big difference between CitySearch and Urban Spoon, where I think we've overly focused on the business model at CitySearch and under-focused on sort of the brand advocacy and the consumer engagement metrics. And then long-term, that ends up hurting your business model. So we look at content contribution, again, as a key set of engagement metrics. And there we're becoming more sophisticated, where we actually score different content contribution types, social actions, these various things, and we look at how, we look at cohorts of users. How long have they been engaged with the site? What are they registering through Facebook? Are they not registering through Facebook? And we look for patterns there. And then the second is we look for the translation into our business model. So in the last 2 years, we rolled out the reservations product on Urban Spoon. So we now look at the conversion of, kind of an average user into a reservation maker.
As a network, we're always looking at both our users, how many people are using it, and our businesses. So we're always kind of growing both. It's kind of a classic chicken and egg. We need merchants accepting payment via Level Up, and we also need users paying with Level Up. So when we look at our metrics, we're always looking at both sides of that. The consumer side is always a lot of fun. One of the cool stats for metrics that we say, because the value prop for a consumer is your speed of transaction, the convenience of paying with your phone, but more importantly, what are you saving? And so in the first 90 days of a Level Up user in one of our major cities, the average savings is $98. So that's very exciting from a consumer side. From a merchant side, our value proposition is very simple. We're going to reduce your costs. We're going to increase revenues. And the way that we do that is by way of this loyalty program that many of them choose to use. The cool stats from that side of the equation are we're able to track, once people start spending, we're able to track are people coming back more quickly. And this is a great one for us. We're able to show that when a consumer starts paying with Level Up, they're likely to come back 19% faster over a 90-day period. And we look at things in 30, 60, 90-day periods. So 19% faster.